If you got one of those
Apple ID not active problems, check that if your Find My is activated, it is in your iCloud set. If not, you can just sign out and use another Apple account. And if it is turned on, first things first, you'll need to head out to iforgot, which is iforgot.apple.com. Then if you're on an iPhone, this is your phone that has its Apple ID not activated, you shall click on reset my password. And if you're helping someone else, you guessed it, you have to click on help someone else. After that, you're going to get into this window, which you can enter an email or phone number. Spoiler alert.
This very commonly happens to the Apple accounts without phone number, which means that if you have two-factor activated and you are here, you're the third person I know that has this problem. Please leave a comment.
And then I'm going to instruct you furthermore. So you are going to click on reset my password, you are going to give an email, and then we are going to click on this continue. So if this is your Apple ID and you clicked on reset my password, and if you're helping someone else and you, just like me, you entered an Apple ID, you're getting this window that says this account is locked, and for access you can request one. You shall click on request access and it will tell you that in maximum of 24 hours you're getting an email that says if your request was denied or it was approved, which I'm going to show you some examples of if it's approved or if it's denied. Just give me a sec for me to. Okay, if you don't have access to that Apple ID's primary email, so you can't check that if it was approved or denied, don't worry. Check in 24 hours if your request has been approved or you saw that you're no longer having this media and purchase disabled or Apple ID is not active, verification failed occurs like that. So if you have access, you can see that it is approved. If you don't, you can see that if you get any errors after that 24 hours or not. And if it was okay, you should change your account's password or at least log into your Apple ID at least once in this account.apple.com, sign in. You have to give your Apple ID's information and sign in. You should change your password. It is kind of necessary because the laws and rules of having a password is kind of changed on Apple, and you have to do that. Give me a sec. By the way, if you don't change your password, it is going to be deactivated. Your Apple ID is going to be not active once more, and this time it's not gonna be approved anymore. Also, if you're getting this account is locked and cannot be used, sometimes when you enter, let me do that once more. Sometimes when your request was denied or had something shady going on, it will give you this window that this account is locked and cannot be used. This is because this account has already sent this access and it was denied. So if your request was denied or it was approved but you haven't changed your Apple ID password or log into it at least once, you're not going to be approved anymore. In these two situations, also that if your request was just pure denied out of the box, you have to do something named remove activation lock, which is a program for iDevice owners to prove Apple you own the device. Okay, let's start. You have to open the link that I have inserted in the descriptions, and you're going to go a little down. You have to start an activation lock request. You have to go a little scroll down and click on for a personally owned device. You're going to scroll down. These are the rules, like you have to be owner of the device. It shouldn't be MDM locked device. The data is going to be erased, and I'm going to instruct you how to do that. It shall not be in lost mode, so it shall be just activated and normal working. You should click on I agree on these terms and services of Apple's privacy policy. You're going to give out an email address, which I'm going to give it right now. Wait a sec. Okay, I think that this is already having a case, so I'm gonna change it. You have to give out serial number, IMEI or MID, which in this case I'm going to give a serial number. Enter it. It's okay. So we are going to get an email from this email address that we have just given. Wait a sec for me to bring my script. Okay, I'm going to open my mail. Okay, this is my email that I just got. You have to click on this. Let me close my email. Okay, it will tell you like this is the ending of your serial number. This is the model of that iDevice you're trying to remove activation lock. They found the device and you shall click on continue. Okay, this is the email that I have provided, the serial number, the model number. You shall go with giving a first name and last name, which I'm for some reason using Ali Azimi, which I just used in the last tutorial I used for this particular phone because it was denied. Let me show the request. They were unable to complete my request remove lock because it was I think maybe they'll need more information, or it's not gonna be activated, or just maybe I haven't seen the customer myself, maybe they haven't turned on the find my, the find my is turned off, and there's no app, there's no device that locked to this Apple ID. That's why it allowed me to send iforgot request, because if they have sent an iforgot request rather of what it has been approved or denied, it wouldn't be let me to do that anymore. So I think that maybe they have not turned on find my, they turned it off, and that's why I'm getting this error. So I'm gonna send the request just for the sake of this tutorial once more and ask the person that if they have their find my turned on. So I'm going to give a hypothetical date that I think that maybe that person bought this device on that date. So I'm going to get 2022 February 3rd. I'm going to give the name of Iran Apple Store. The country is going to be Iran. So guys or ladies, if you have an Apple's original receipt, you can just choose your own country if your country has an Apple ID, has an Apple store, has a genuine Apple store. But if you don't have an genuine Apple receipt, you can just choose Iran or any country that doesn't have the Apple store, and you can just write your own receipt, which I'm going to explain right now. So I'm just giving out Iran in this. So if you're having a genuine Apple receipt, just choose your country and go for it. I'm going to give out Azadi as a store street. Store city is going to be Tehran. Store state is going to be Tehran. Store postal code. I'm going to give out my YouTube URL. Okay, let me check it once more for the checking that it okay. Yeah, it's okay. In this box you are going to explain anything that you have done with this Apple ID. So I'm going to tell that I have tried this once before and it was denied. I have just sent an iforgot request access. Please help. We cannot use this device that we own. Let me just check the V's to I's. Please help. I cannot use this device that I own. So I'm going to explain about the receipt stuff. You'll need a picture of a receipt of your Apple device's purchase. It should be an Apple genuine receipt. But if you lost or don't got one, because you bought your phone abroad, you can select Iran as your purchased state or purchase country place. Since there is no Apple stores there, you can do this and get away with it. Actually, your receipt should have the same date that you have entered above here, and your phone's information like model and price, and one of these three things like serial number, MID, or IMEI. I have provided an receipt. It's handwritten. You can do this. You can try. For us in Iran, I have actually, like, out of 10 cases, 9 of them or 8 of them have been approved, but a couple of them are not, and they wouldn't be removed by activation. So you'll need to enter the date that you have given above. You have to enter your phone's specifications, your one of these three stuff: serial number, IMEI, or MID. I usually write both serial and IMEIs, even both IMEIs, just for sake of being genuine. And this is actually not kind of necessary that this app is not active. Please help. Again, I have forgot that I have to enter a price. Don't be like me. I'm going to enter the price right now. Enter a price like here or even here for the stuff to be okay. So just give me a sec. I'm going to enter a price. For iPhone Pro Maxes, it's around $199. You can search for other iPhone devices prices, like the normal ones, the Pro ones, or the Pro ones are around 1,000. The Pro Max ones are around 1200, and the normal ones are around 799, 800. I just got the picture. I'm going to airdrop it. Yeah, it's okay. So I'm going to delete. Oh my god, these are for yesterday. I'm going to think this is the receipt. Okay, we're done. So let me go further. So you need a price tag, a serial number, MID, even MID if you have the nerve to write it, and you can just say that this Apple ID is not active. Even enter the Apple ID email that please help. Maybe it will work, I don't know. The other pictures that you need a picture of you have to go to your phone's dial and enter star square 06 square, which brings this menu, and it will tell EID. Sometimes it doesn't have EID, IMEI, number 2, IMEI, and MID. I don't know that these QRs kind of work. You can take advantage of them or use them. I don't know. I haven't censored these like this. Please don't use them. And you need to take a picture of your phone's settings, general about, which is this. You have only need the top part. You don't need the down part. You only need the model number. Oh, I actually didn't censor the serial number. I just, my moron mind, my moron brain censored the model number. Model number doesn't actually matter. You need to censor the serial. So you need the serial number, and kind of this is stuff that you actually own the device. The next picture we are going to need is a picture out of your back of your package of your device, which in this case it's this. I have took a picture of it and I can use it right here. Then you have to upload these pictures to this part. Click continue. So verify your contact information. We are going to, let me bring my script. You're going to verify these. You have once more chance to change anything that you thought you have entered wrong. You can change them. In this case it's okay. I think everything is good, looking good. The most important picture right here is the receipt, and you can see that it has a check mark. Others are not so important. If you don't have package, most of the foreigners that I know, only Iranians, kind of very care about the package. But if you got just like bought the device second-handed and don't have a package to take pictures of, and make sure to take pictures of your star square 06 square and your general about. At least have these, besides your receipt, and you can click on continue. We are going to get another email right here that your request has been sent. Please don't leave. I'm going to tell you some stuff more. So we are going to get an kind of case number. This case number is important to me and any of you who has a store, and you just happens to send a lot of these requests. You need to copy this case ID and paste it somewhere with the customer's name to make sure that you know who it is. You know that if this case got denied, who this customer is. If you got multiple cases, you might get into trouble that getting to know that which one is who and who got denied, who got approved. This happened to me, and I kind of nearly fucked it up. So forget about this. I'm going to explain something very important. This request is going to take a maximum of a week to answer. If your request was denied, which I showed you an example right in my emails, that how it is going to be looking, or they said that they need more information, like the email. I tried once more. If it wasn't approved, you'll need to go to an Apple store for further assistance. But if it was approved, which I'm going to show you a case that was approved, back up all your needs, not a complete iTunes backup, just manually, like don't back up it in Finder. Use like something like 3U tools, or if you're on a Windows device, when you plug your device into your Windows device, you can see your iPhone in File Explorer. You can just copy and download any of your phone's gallery information and stuff. You'll need to take only those. You can't back up your WhatsApp or I don't know other stuff. You can take your contacts via 3U tools. My recommendation is 3U tools because you can actually back up all your photos and videos with at least 2 clicks, and even back up your contacts. Then you'll have to, if your case was approved after 7 days or even less, you'll have to download your device's latest firmware or file from ipsw.me if it opens up. You'll need to download your device's specific firmware. Like in this case, I'm going to download iPhone 13 Pro Max, this one. You can download any of other those who are green. These that are green means that Apple still allows you to restore these firmwares. Like you genuinely can kind of downgrade. If you're on 18.01, you can downgrade to 7.7 as long as this is green. If it got red, you cannot restore this firmware anymore, and it would be obsolete. And if you got a backup, this is out of the information needed. Let's just forget about it. I'm kind of a talky guy. I explain a lot. But then you're going to restore it, which is not possible if your device has Find My turned on. How shall I restore, you ask? Connect your device to your PC. I'm going to end my screen and explain more on my phone's camera.
A couple days after you send your request, you're getting an email saying, "We are reviewing your request to remove activation lock." It's completely normal. Maybe it's because of the receipt, but it happens a lot. It's okay. You're getting your answer around the 7 days period. A rejection email looks like this, telling you're unable to complete your request to remove activation lock, but actually they come in 2 flavors. If it's a long ass email telling that they need more information and documents and stuff, you kinda have to go to an Apple store yourself, or at least send your phone for them to check it more. Actually call an Apple support advisor before you do that. But if it's a kind of short email telling that we are unable to do it at this time, send it once more. It's probable around 50% that it will get approved the next email you send. And this is what an approved email looks like. Your request to remove activation lock has been approved. And only by now, if you get this email, you may continue to the tutorial and remove your not active Apple ID, or actually remove your activation lock process. So you'll need a PC which you have just downloaded your phone's IPSW file from here, and you need a cable to connect to your PC and your phone which is not activated already. If you're on devices above iPhone X like X, XS, 11 and so on and so forth, you have to do specifically what I'm going to tell you. You're going to connect your device. So right after you have downloaded and backupped all your stuff, you're going to click allow here if it's not necessary, but just for the sake. You're going to trust. Again, it's not necessary. It can be even a phone that's you forgot its password. It doesn't matter. The only thing that needs is here that your request was approved. So you're gonna click and release the volume up button, the volume down button, and then click and hold the power. No other buttons, only power. You're going to keep hold it even on the Apple logo, and when it's on this kind of Mac and cable logo, you can release the power. Your Mac is going to say to you that it has kind of connected to a phone or a device. Let me censor the device's serial number so I can zoom. Okay, you can just restore here if you don't got the IPSW file you downloaded, but I'm going to tell you how to do it if you downloaded the file. If your Wi-Fi or network is not that speedy and you don't have that much of speed, you can do what I told you, but your network has speeds, you can just restore right here. Okay, if you're on a Mac device, you shall click and hold Option and Command together and click on Restore Phone, which was right there, and it will bring out your Finder, and you can just give the downloaded file from IPSW and just wait for your device to get. If you're on a Windows device, you should click and hold your shift, which is right here, and you can click on restore and it will bring the file explorer. I'm going to restart this phone and show you what it's going to be look like if you're using an like iPhone 6s or 6 to go to recovery mode. This mode that I just taught you was recovery mode. If you got an iPhone kinda X and lower of that, you're most likely to get denied. My most cases were like that, like a 7 Plus and kinda a 6S. It was both denied. I don't remember how it was the recovery mode on iPhone 7 and 8. I think they look like the one that I told you, but if you have those devices, you can just search recovery mode on them. I'm going to explain you how to do it on a physical home button. So I'm again going to connect, and this time I'm going to press and hold the power button and the home button together. I'm going to keep holding them until the device goes to Apple logo, and when it goes to Apple logo, I'm going to release the power button and just keep holding the physical button, and again this logo comes up and I can just restore my iPad or iPhone that I have these problems with. I'm going to cancel this because I downloaded my file. I'm not going to use another download. Hope you have enjoyed and used this tutorial and walkthrough. I'm sorry if I was boring or I was kind of a little stuttery sometimes. Bye bye.